Holy shit.
Holy Dracula.
I had no idea this movie was going to be this good. No fucking idea. I didn't even really see the trailers too much for this. 'Cause I didn't know it was supposed to be this action-packed. I didn't know it was supposed to be action at all.
It was super actiony.
Very action-packed. But the plot pretty much is about codependency and toxic relationships. And mainly between Renfield and Dracula. And Dracula played by Nicolas Cage. And his...
Who did a great job.
Oh my god, I've never seen a bigger comeback than Nicolas Cage. Like, I was never really a huge Nicolas Cage fan growing up and everything, but everyone loves him.
Depends what the movie was. Like National Treasure and Gone in 60
Well, I meant
Seconds.
like further back. I meant like 90s and 80s and stuff. Like Face Off I really liked. But nothing really huge. But yeah, growing up, National Treasure and whatnot, and others that I can't really name. But with the last movie he had where he played himself, and then especially...
Hilarious.
Yeah, especially this one. Oh my god, he is very charismatic. He's doing this
real.
crazy stuff. Yeah, I know.
His reactions are so real.
Very real.
They're kind of hilarious.
And he plays a very scary Dracula in here. And funny.
See, he can be scary. Nicolas Cage's got a scary persona for sure.
Mm-hmm.
He's got like a weird dark thing. And now that he had like sharp teeth and like
Pale
dark
skin.
eyes and stuff and pale skin, and it just like
It worked.
really scared the shit out of me.
Yeah,
especially when he was all decrepit and like healing and
his
everything.
skin was hanging off and stuff.
he cut Renfield. I was like, whoa, man, this is kind of creepy.
Yeah. But the story mainly revolves around Renfield, obviously, who is Dracula's familiar, which I did hear about familiars, and they give them a little bit of their power, and they pretty much work for them. They're their little sidekick / bitch.
Who can go out into the sun.
Yeah, and he pretty much just feeds Dracula, and pretty much what they're going through is Dracula just kind of goes on a murdering spree, attracts like the Van Helsings, and they fuck him up. And then
Even that part was kind of cool.
Even that part was also in the beginning. And then they got to move and they do it all over again. And then the movie pretty much starts where they're in North Carolina. Where is it?
I think it's New Orleans.
New Orleans, that's right. And Renfield is having thoughts of, like, he wants to be his own person.
He wants to be independent.
Yeah,
and be happy.
He suffers from being a codependent person in a toxic relationship.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
And that's the main plot of the movie, is he wants to get free of this guy who he thinks really does like him. Like in the very beginning of the movie, he's like, I'm your only friend, I do this, whatever. And then you see he just abuses Renfield to get what he wants. Renfield runs into an officer played by Awkwafina, and she has a spine, and she's able to stand up to people loud and proud. She doesn't fall under pressure. She's ambitious, and she always does the right thing. And she even says in here, to do the right thing, to be a hero, you have to sacrifice everything. And that's what Renfield is always so scared about, is standing up to his bully, being Dracula. But Renfield sees Awkwafina, and he just goes, holy shit, how do you do that? How do you stand up to your bullies like that? And she obviously looked up to her father, who was uncorruptible, obviously. There's a gang in here that rules...
The Lobo gang?
Yeah, New Orleans, and killed her father. So now she's, like, ambitious. She wants to get him, but the police department's corrupt, who works for the Lobo gang.
And I like how they show up and, like, travel together.
Yeah.
It's a weird sight, but it's like... The gangster SUVs are always traveling with,
got the
like,
green underglows.
with cops,
Yeah.
cop cars, and the cop car sirens are on. Like, they're working together full on.
Very intense. And she was hilarious.
She was hilarious.
In here. Oh my gosh. They're all really funny.
Yeah.
They're all super funny. Nicolas Cage, Nicholas Hoult, Awkwafina, Ben Schultz. All of them, man. They're freaking hilarious.
Yeah, Ben Schultz as the yin and yang version.
Yeah, and he's like, I barely met
Renfield,
you twice. Yeah.
Who's hilarious.
The comedy here was
showdown was
hysterical.
Good. He's evil. We will protect you.
You have the word of the most trusted institution on earth, the Catholic Church.
There was a part in here where they're explaining how Dracula's blood heals people, and he goes, you can think of it as my health care, except there's no co-payments. He goes, well, mine is my soul. Yeah.
Which is the same as everyone else, pretty much.
Right, exactly. Yeah. There's that part where Ben Schultz is running away from the cops, and he's got a shit ton of cocaine. He goes, I got a prescription for this. He goes, why are you chasing me? I'm not even doing anything.
I didn't do anything wrong. He's throwing cocaine bricks at him.
she's like, what the? Smacking it. That dude gets hit in the face, and he's all powdered out.
It was so good.
There was also a really funny part in here because Dracula can't enter your house unless you welcome him in, and he opens his door to his studio apartment, and he sees Dracula, and he's like, how the fuck and then he looks at his welcome mat and says everyone's welcome or something. He goes, damn it. And then it just goes right back in. Really clever stuff.
His sarcastic empathy.
Oh, yeah.
Where he's like, oh, yeah, it is.
Dracula, yeah.
Nicolas Cage is so good.
Oh, my God, he's so good. They nailed the gaslighting, the manipulating, the narcissism.
Yeah, it really is a deeper, more emotional message.
Yeah,
than Dracula. Yeah. Dracula's kind of like the side part, but it's the part everyone wants to go see, right. And it works.
Yeah, it does mainly go around the toxic relationship and how someone can hold you under their thumb,
manipulate
and use your weaknesses against you. And one moment they're super aggressive and they beat you up, and then one they're like petting you down, they're encouraging you, and it's an endless loop like that. And here Renfield's trying to find the spine to stand up to Dracula, and he just can't. He literally busts out the narcissistic handbook or whatever, and he's like getting cornered up or whatever, and it wasn't working because he was overthinking it. He wasn't getting the courage that he needed, and Rebecca really gave it to him. And I just feel like all the characters connected well. Even all the motivations were here. Even Ben Schultz's what is his name? Teddy Lobo. He wanted to be, a badass, but
he wanted to be part of the gang.
Yeah, his mom.
He wanted to be important enough.
Yeah, and his mom wanted a legacy. Renfield wanted a spine. Yeah. Rebecca wanted justice. Renfield wanted the world, literally. And they all went on their way of getting it, and they all got it except for, Nicolas Cage. But another thing that we talked about earlier was the action in here.
Started off really fast.
Yeah.
It was really fast. Like I didn't expect him. First of all, he has to eat bugs
to get power.
Some of the Dracula strength, which kind of confused me. They didn't really explain that at all. I don't understand why he's just got a little box of bugs that he just takes shots of when he wants super.
Part of the lore or not?
I don't know. I didn't know.
It's probably just something they wrote in there because he needed a boost, like.
But
something
as soon as he ate it, he turned into like Super John Wick. I was like, what? And he's like cracking bones and shit.
Very cringy, gory, awesome, over the top sometimes fight scenes where he literally pulls a dude's arm off and he beats people to death with it and then uses them as spears.
Yeah.
It's a little ridiculous.
It's a little much, but it's funny. So good.
Yeah, there's some crazy parts in here where he literally rips a dude's face off and he screams at him like this. Yeah,
it's
very
it does not hold back.
Right.
And the blood is really bad, but it's
it works.
It's funny. Like,
it is funny. Yeah.
It's got horror and it's got a lot of action. So you don't get a lot of movies that kind of combine those, and is a rated R movie.
There's even a part here where you get some emotion, some heart, or just you can really feel for Renfield. And there's a scene in here where he's with the group or whatever,
support group.
Yeah, which was hilarious, by the way. The guy who led the group,
Brandon Scott Jones.
Hilarious. They're all hilarious. The chick who keeps getting interrupted. It's just perfect. Anyways, Dracula comes in there and he starts killing all the people he loves. And so when he did, he was like petting the guy, the leader of the group, and you can see he's like crying, and just like you can see how tortured he was. And I was like, God, I'm feeling a rainbow of emotions in this movie. And I gotta tell you, all of it combined together, this is damn near a perfect movie. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to think of what I didn't like about it. And the only thing I can think of is some of the action scenes got a little too silly. But other than that, it didn't take a point away or anything like that. Like, it wasn't too bad to where it drew me out of it.
No, and it was so great how Nicolas Cage kind of uses the mob, because he kind of wants to take over the world. Yeah. Dracula wants to take over the world. He's sick of hiding, and he wants to use a mob and kind of use them and take out their competition, and he kind of becomes the king of the mob part. Right. And he's been fighting the mob the whole movie. So the
Yeah.
great climax is he's got to kill all the mob
He
people.
made all the familiars.
Yeah,
made
he
them all
turned
familiars.
a lot of mob people into familiars, which made a great fucking climax fight
Yeah.
where everyone's kind of got superpower, super strength,
crazy, super crazy.
and it was good.
So good.
It was really good. I really
Um,
want to see this again.
Yeah, it was great. Even Aquafina was kind of a badass in here. It's like she was. Just,
Yeah, she was.
She was just like doing the John Wick, roll on the wall and throw people, and she was just capping everybody. Good ride all the way together.
Yeah.
It was a good time. What would you give this?
An A for
Yeah,
sure.
absolutely. There's
An
no
A.
there's no debate. This movie, probably the best I've seen this far.
It's
this
different.
year,
It's
I mean.
new, and the shit we get today nowadays.
Not even comparable. And people don't do rated R movies anymore. I think we're slowly starting to get back to the rated R movies again.
Yeah.
The last comedy we saw was the Santa Claus movie. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
And that was,
Also kind of comedy action stuff,
Yeah.
but it was not
this
on the stage.
Oh my
of
god, this blew it through the roof. Oh, absolutely,
Yeah.
just 100% better. This was directed by the guy who did the Lego movies. So
Yeah, so it's a hard switch.
I would love to see. I'm excited every time there's going to be a Chris McKay. I am going to be super excited, hopeful, and encouraged that the movie's going to be really great. He made a great impression on me in this movie, 100%. Anyways, guys, Renfield, I knew it came out last week, but regardless, we caught it this week. It was a good freaking movie. I would definitely recommend go see it if you haven't
Definitely.
yet before it leaves. But yeah, we will see you guys in the next one.